he wants to start getting his lane snowballing ahead, and if he can do it in a Ryze into Kennen and a Zoe into Vladimir, this game is set to explode.
And here we go, right into the heart of the Summoner's Rift for the last game of tonight. Illuminate Inclusive versus Lucky Duck. Blue team IL, red team LD, as the game is about to begin. Both junglers scouting around, trying to get some information on the whereabouts of the enemy team at these earlier stages.
What is this, LVP? Where's my minimap?
Yeah, where is the minimap?
Well, we could see roughly, just from the way it's been scanning around, that it's roughly a line of scrimmage setup anyway.
No, there it is. Good
there
job.
we go. There we go.
Good job.
We're not LVP today. We know what we're doing.
Yeah, we got ourselves a minimap now, and we can actually see what kind of vision the teams deposited in the enemy jungle. Right now, very neutral vision control in these first minutes.
Wow, you can tell which team's the team that's currently got a higher record already, because they're the team that warded both of the pixel brushes. They're the team that got control and instantly warded both of the pixel brushes. This is so crucial to a jungle's early clear, and it's become more and more important in the way the meta's gone, just to get that vision down, know where they are, and potentially you can just double scuttle a jungler right at the start. And I mean, we're both jungle mains. We both know how devastating that can be. Yeah,
we can see from the small record here exactly what the teams have, like exactly what you were saying. The 1.1 KDA across the whole team versus the 10.5 on Illuminate.
Yeah, I was looking at the notes, and we can see a lot of strength from some of these players here on Illuminate, and notably it has been Lekang in that mid lane. He's got a lion's share of the kills, twice as many as anybody else in his team before today. He was currently at 22, and only 3 deaths to his name as well. He'd been performing very well, and so he's already performing pretty admirably in this lane, pressuring out of Vladimir a lot better than most people can.
Absolutely. So we were talking about the fact that Vladimir will be able to out-sustain the Zoe come a certain point in time. That would be true if Lekang would just let himself stay idly in lane trying to farm up. No, he's actually pressuring the Vladimir. He's forcing spells off of him. He's forcing cooldowns off of him.
He's punishing every single minion that the Vladimir goes for, every single trade that the Vladimir wants to go for. He's already preempting. He knows he's going to go for it. He's telegraphing it way too much. And so Lekang is able to land these bubbles, able to land these Qs time after time, and still get damage down on the waves. So he's been managing the wave pressure and the trading very effectively, a lot better than you mostly see Zoe versus Vladimir do.
Speaking of trading, that was a flash coming out of the Rek'Sai at the entrance of his blue side jungle, not wanting to fully commit to a trade against Fiji.
You can see that Zoe because the Zoe has pressure now mid lane, she's able to roam through here, so Rek'Sai's just had to back off of the blue buff entirely.
Going to see the blue buff early on to Illuminate in cluster, and this is going to mean that Lekang, if he gets hands on this blue buff, he will have no trouble whatsoever out-sustaining the Vladimir in the mid lane. He's going to spam spells left, right, and center.
Really nice movement there. All 3 members, because they have pressure, both bot and mid, are able to roam into that jungle together and get control. As we said, we were expecting this to be 2 lanes of pressure. The Vladimir should have pressure. The Kennen should be able to find some pressure a little bit later on into the matchup. So I was expecting this to be a little bit more even, but Lucky Duck just being pressured in so hard in every single lane.
No, that's a flash from Lekang. He wants to go all in. Sleepy Trouble goes through, and so does the Battle Star. Electrocute comes in, but not going to get a kill off on Soda. And
don't you love just finding a flash on the ground and using it for free to bully your opponent for half the HP bar?
I know, isn't it great?
Now
he has a heal.
This champion.
And he has a heal now as well.
And he gets a heal immediately afterwards. It's so fun to play Zoe, right?
Oh, man.
Just wait until you find a redemption and use it on their bot lane in the middle of a 2v2. You get 2 assists for it. It's disgusting.
Speaking of disgusting things, looking at the top lane, the Ryze versus Kennen matchup, we saw Kennen tucked up against his tower. Yes, Ryze was out of mana. Oh, also, curious, Ryze has the Comet.
Interesting choice. I would have expected something more like the
thing that Vladimir has?
the Storm Raiders to be able, yes, that one, Phase Rush, to be able to go away. So just to like instantly go EQ auto and then run for it if you ever see a Rek'Sai nearby, if you ever see a Vladimir trying to gank your lane. Instead, it's going for the much more aggressive options. Interestingly enough, trying to choose to pressure out this lane, maybe acknowledging that he has the ability to pressure out from the level 1 and buying into this little bit more aggressive build allows him to pressure the cannon that little bit harder, get an extra recall off, get an extra couple minions ahead. So I like the adaptation, but you're already starting to see the cannon come back.
You are. I mean, so far Tongue is being no slouch in terms of CS input. He's keeping up in terms of input from against Aki. But the biggest problem here is the lack of pressure. So if he's committing his resources to farm and keep in to keep in sync or to keep leveled with his counterpart in the top lane, he's not going to have enough spells to trade against the Ryze. And this is going to pose a problem because Ryze doesn't directly need to attack you to actually hurt you.
Yeah, it's that AoE damage, kind of similar to what Zoe's been doing in the mid lane, just being able to control the wave and do damage at the same time. And so the two of them using their pressure to force in has been very effective in denying a lot of the jungle matchup for these first few levels. But all the same, it started to even out. We're seeing Kennen start to get this control on the top side. We're seeing Vladimir have control in the mid lane now as well. And Rek'Sai's catching up in CS, so
I noticed
it's gone
this, but I didn't...
back in favor in Lucky Duck as time
It has. But one thing I didn't notice, I looked at it and I was like, yeah, this is okay, was the fact that Kennen isn't actually a Klepto Kennen, it's an Electrocute Kennen.
Yeah, in the matchup. Ken going in here.
Boss Sob might be in trouble as he's forced out of his jungle, so he lost his blue, now he lost his red. Fiji completely dominating the match as Aki disengages the potential Electrocute damage.
With a much more mobile and hard trading matchup, you don't really want to go for the Kleptomancer. You need that combat. You need that combat keystone to help trade more effectively with the Ryze.
Hello.
But in the mid lane here, the
Sanguine Pool is not available no more. Cleanse clears out the Ignite as well. So far, Soda is safe. But in the top lane, flash in from the Kennen. Super aggressive, tries to trade on Fiji, but doesn't find enough damage to take down the enemy jungler.
Nice ability there to lock him down with the slicing maelstrom, but constant aggression from the side of Lekang in this mid lane. It's making it harder and harder to react.
Flash from Zoe. Hasn't been knocked up yet. Oh no, the Rek'Sai troll! The Rek'Sai, what is he doing? First blood coming through for Lekang.
Imagine coming through it, ganking your mid lane while he's sitting under tower behind a whole wave of CS with no summoners. That feels pretty good. Ends up losing the first blood to the Zoe, and once again, this is Lekang, who said he was the star of the team. He's showing up once again.
Oh man, I would love to listen to team comms, what happened there. Because like you said, Soda was completely under the tower. Boss had enough time to disengage. He tried to actually go fully committed on Lekang, only to give him a kill. Everything is sideways for the Rek'Sai.
He ends up using the barrier to try and escape, and it's Rek'Sai using the smite that ended up being his own demise, or her own demise rather, where the chilling smite was used to kill him and give the W bonus.
Oh, yeah. So,
people forget that. You're better off not using damage. Like, the moment that chilling smite comes down, Zoe's just picking that up. And this is what allows her to turn it. The W bonus damage, empowering the auto attacks, giving her that chilling smite, that's where all the damage came from. There was no mana for something like
follow-up gank in the top lane, no flash into Kennen means that he is a very dead electric squirrel as soon as Aki gets his cycle. Free kill in the top lane. Death sentence lands. Black Shield comes late, but there's no follow-up from Pillow.
We need a detective to find out how Pikachu was that far out of position in the top lane right there.
You got me.
He has no flash. He's that far forward. He's already been ganked, and he has some vision already around him. How is he that far out of position to be caught by that gank? And it's a nice lockdown by Aki and Fiji, but real misplay there by the Kennen.
Kind of. I mean, you should expect... Yeah, you definitely should expect a follow-up gank, but Boss Bob coming up in the mid lane again. Cataclysm was used on Vladimir. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, the Hemoplague is going to sustain him through this onslaught and probably will be able to survive. The Paddle Star just misses as the minion body slams it. Boss Sob does not find a kill on Aki in the top lane.
As he almost gets 1v1 by the opposing laner yet again, but does end up at least forcing the flash out of Aki. Flash for flash. And that gives Kennen a little bit of respite as he forces him back to base.
So this probably responds to some of the questions we initially have, where Illuminate and Cluster are pretty much dominating the first 10 minutes of the match, probably going to have a very decent mid game, and it's going to take a long time before Lucky Duck can be in a relevant position in the late game.
Yeah, we're seeing the Rek'Sai really be the brunt of the troubles. The bot lane's falling down in CS, but they've not really been punished for it. As we said, it's a bot lane that's very hard to punish in terms of 2v2 kills. So the brunt of the punishment has been onto Bossab, and it's showing because every single time he's going for one of these plays, he doesn't have the levels, he doesn't have the damage, and he's being pressured out by a Ryze, by a Zoe. He can't continue to let that to happen. He needs to find a way to work with his laners together. He needs to find a way to get his bot lane some freedom, perhaps, to get Morgana able to roam around the map, because once she is unlocked, there's a lot more potential for picks with this team.
The thing is, if you unlock the Morgana, if you leave Zaya's side, it's going to leave you a very vulnerable AD carry. Very susceptible to the all-in from the Lucian.
To come down. You need Bossab to come down and find a way to unlock this bot lane, find a way to free them up, give them some pressure of their own so they can start moving together.
That's going to be a hardship, as Bossab is absolutely trying to take control of the top half of the Summoner's Rift, but as soon as we've talked about it, in comes Bossab in the bottom lane, forcing his team to clear vision for him so he can have a healthy entrance. In the meantime, Fiji keeps up the pressure in the top side of the map.
See, it may seem like we were psychic there by understanding where Bossab it was going to be on the map, but honestly, it's the only place he can be. What's Vladimir going to do to set up a kill? Kennan's starting to fall down rather far in CS. Starting to fall down rather far in gold, rather, as his pressure's just dwindling. There's only one place he can really go, and it's towards the bottom side of the map.
Wait a minute.
Now already, the pressure's coming in. He's starting to be forced off with this dragon that he tried to start.
Oh, man. Hang everywhere on the map with this Zoe. Super fast on the cycles. Super aware as well as whereabouts the enemy team is. Tries to steal the dragon. Doesn't quite get it. The Sleepy Trouble Bubble goes wide as well. Good attempt, but all in the end of the day, it's Lucky Duck who took the dragon there.
It's Bossab and Cobley, though, forced rather low off of that. They're being zoned off of the bot lane, so they're going to lose some control. They're going to lose, likely, a wave of CS. Pillows has to get some kind of punishment because he's been up so far in CS thus far, but it's not really facilitated in terms of trades. It's not showing up in terms of their ability to roam together. The Thresh has been pinned down to the bot side, and now the tower's gone as well. Or the dragon's gone,
big chunk of damage on Tong up top. Looking at the matchups between the AD carries, we do see how far a ways ahead statistically Pillow is in front of Colby. Oh! That's a Hemo play. Cleanse comes through as well, but Lekhang just solos out the enemy mid laner. Lekhang waits for the resets. He wants to get his summoners up, but the Void Rush is going to secure the kill on Lekhang.
You can dodge everything apart from the point and click as Lekhang uses the stopwatch to try and get away from the Hemo play, because that's all he can do. Now, because of that play going right in the mid lane,
Pillow in trouble, flashes out, is still ignited, but he's gonna die in the process. No! Calculated! But look at the support, he's angry. Risk takes home a kill with him.
But that's what we say, you can dodge everything apart from the point and click, and now they're coming down to try and kill the Morgana too.
Oh, a nice flash from the Morgana, securing her own safety. But the game is starting to get skirmish here. The teams are getting out of control.
It was a nice play in the mid lane to get the 1-for-1, but all the same, giving Bossab that kill, getting him finally some impact in the game, getting him a little bit more control in this jungle matchup, and allowing Kennen to push in for free in the top side, knowing the jungle isn't nearby. It's definitely a nice, favorable trade for Lucky Duck, and getting a nice play on the bot side as well, because Lekhang was going so low. Risk made the move up to mid and exposed Pillow in the bot side, so they made the play, they made the call, instantly go in on the one-man unit, instantly punished, and probably locks himself in a kill.
Speaking of all-ins, here we go, 2v1 in the top lane, where Aki might be in trouble. Finally, Bossab finds the utility that he needs, finds the relevancy that he needs in the jungle, secures the kill on Ryze, and might take first tower in the top lane.
I don't think he's based for the last, 5 minutes. He's been sitting on top of a Warhammer and this smite item since before he died.
Morgana has no flash. The box goes down. Stopwatch buys her a little bit of time, but that's all for naught as the rest of IL collapse on the Morgana. Pillow secures the kill and leaves Cobley alone under the tower.
Oh, he has the Ignite in mid. Maybe there's potential for a kill here.
What? That's a very edgy Herald coming out of Fiji, but extremely calculated as the cast comes through.
And a solo kill occurs in mid lane as Lakang does finish off Soda in that bot lane, in that mid lane. So we're going to see the bot lane tower go down in trade for a kill mid lane and a 1-for-1 there. So still in favor of Illuminate. So still managed to find the 2 kills, 3 kills if you include the Morgana as well, and 2 towers back to back, suddenly ballooning the gold lead out to 3k. They need to use the Zoe more effectively. They need to find a way to get her moving around the map and stop being pressured out.
We're
done. Consistently, she's been sat in the mid lane, and now she's got this tower. She needs to be moving around, picking off these members. They've got vision that she's just walking towards this top side, but she needs to catch out Bostov out of position like this.
Oh, Bostov is going to take a battle, so right to the back. There goes his health. Tries to go for the tower, but she is long gone. Rek'Sai, 2-2, not the worst score.
And that's exactly what you need a Zoe who is 3-1 to do. Roam around, punish the jungler who's trying to get any kind of plays happening. And now the Thresh up here as well.
Point blank death sentence. Tong immediately with a slicing Maelstrom forces both flashes out of Aki and Roy. But immediately the Cataclysm comes down and the AD carries the enemy team. Barik! Nothing to do there. It leaves Tong on a very, very depressed tower. He's going to concede it to IL, which is going to guarantee all 3 outer turrets.
Yeah, pick this one up fairly soon as well. They have to wait for that next wave, but they keep the bot lane tower alive as well, which they were trading in pressure. They put all their vision towards this top side. They put all their members towards this top side, so they were giving up the bottom side of the map. But now Pillow, he's still getting an effective trade down here.
How effective do you get, though? I mean, we said that the Lucian can win a 1v1, but item-wise, they're pretty evened out. Pillow does have the best cycle in terms of abilities. Cobley still probably needs a couple of items to increase his attack speed, so he's going to be forced out of this trade.
To do. Save the tower. That's all he needed to do there. He got in, he pushed Cobley out, and he gave his team the time to take that top lane tower without needing to worry about the rest of the map. He did his job, and they've ballooned the gold lead even further. 4.5k, they're in the lead, 3 towers to 0. And Illuminate is still in commanding position. As we're going to get further into this game. I have to see how they utilize the sieging potential, though, because they've got very short-range targets, and I need to see the Zoe land consistent bubbles. They need to get the vision to be able to get her in the position to make these plays.
They have very short-range targets, but they have very, very many ways to get close to the enemy target. Sleepy Trouble Bubble lands on a Morgana. Black Shield doesn't come through, but neither does the Paddle Star. So I'll take the blue buff over to Lakang and immediately disengage off of LD's jungle. They find Bostov, but Reki is alone. Risk actually is alone. He's going to be taken down by Cobley and open up the mid lane for Lucky Duck.
Now, the fact that they get caught having overextended for that dragon, losing their vision, not really having a way to collapse and risk caught out of position means that they're going to lose this mid lane tower. An overstatement of their strength really is they don't reset for tempo. They stay on the map far too long and they get punished for it.
The thing is, they didn't manage to really... Lucky Duck didn't really manage to take the towers, so Illuminate, despite them losing risk on the scenario, they still managed to defend the structure, and so far they haven't lost that much of a map pressure.
But I like what they've got here in terms of the vision towards the bottom side of the map, allowing Soda now to... I'm just going to call him Soda from now on.
Okay,
Soda
call him
OP.
Soda.
Yeah. Soda has the ability to now push up in the bot side, knowing he has all this vision throughout the river, all the way between mid lane and bot lane to know if anybody's coming, to know where the rotations will be coming from. Gives him the control to push up to this tower, so he can exist in the side lane consistently now without really being much of a threat on him. They can send a member there, whether it's a Tonglo or either, as he can send him there. They need to be utilizing this river vision they've got to start to get this towards this bot lane tower, which we know is so low, only a short gust of wind from going down.
Question is, will they be able to find the opening? Will they be able to insert the vision?
I mean, from the way they've been playing thus far, it doesn't matter that they've got vision. They're just going to lose it anyway. And they're not going to find the tower. They're just going to be pushed in every lane. They're going to concede everything on the map, and they're just going to die. But, I mean, we can have hope.
We can have hope, but the hopes are going to be dwindled down as soon as the Baron plays start to happen. Illuminate still have control over the top side of the map. They've made sure that that happened, but the good Hemo play could keep... Oh, Vladimir alive. Flashes out of the Cataclysm. Might find Fiji under the tower. A lot of damage to go through, but in comes Bossov. Queen's Wrath lands on the target. Bossov finds the kill on Fiji. That's a Smiter down, and everything goes south. Risk still manages to get a pick on Bossov. Helps his team out. Keep his AD carry alive. Forces a flash out of Soda, who is still in the brunt of the damage, but Pirlo finds a double kill.
Oh, this is the turnaround.
Trying to take the triple. IL turning around the fight. Another great death sentence from Risk. Finds the 3 kills for 1.
And you know who's one of the best cleanup champions in the game? It's Zoe when she gets 3 free flashes in a row.
Oh, man. It's literally cleaning up scraps, but now without a jungler, Illuminate... Well, they have to do something, and they're proactively taking down structures instead of going for Baron.
They're making the most of this gold lead. They're forcing these plays, and they get caught out overextending a bit too far. We can see what just happened after the flash. Nice flash from Vladimir. It means that Fiji does go down because he forces far too hard after his Cataclysm misses. But it's the overextension again as the Lucian arrives and get a nice turnaround to remove instantly Cobley. And they continue making the plays. Lekang and Pillow still hit like a truck at this phase of the game. And with Aki's teleport in behind, they just have a winning fight on both flanks. That means that there's no way for Lucky Duck to win out.
Oh, Lucky Duck. 6,000 gold behind Illuminate Bluster. Now, they can still set up a play. They can still set up picks. If they do what they did and take down Fiji early on, Fiji is... Wait. Okay, Fiji was sitting still on the wolf camp because he didn't want to be spotted by the tremors.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things to do is you just walk into Rek'Sai's jungle and 2 of you just sit in a brush, knowing that she can't see you because she's always burrowed and her vision range is so small.
It is, but she does have a huge range when it comes to sensing the footsteps. Now, Sokolin coming out as Aki looks to find a pick on Tonglong. Immediately, Fiji flags and drags in. Cataclysm might be using a bot lane, but manages to get away. Tong uses flash, is safe now alongside Bossov. But they still find a tower in the bot lane. Slowly but surely, Lucky Duck are being very unlucky as they're being squished up against their base.
Yeah, they're being having resource after resource taken away from them, but the Baron still hasn't really been on the cards just yet, so they're focusing on this Infernal Dragon. Oh, nice bubble.
Who needs a Baron when you have an Infernal? Bubble goes through. I mean, Cobley is definitely out of the fight for now. Infernal Dragon is immediately picked up by Illuminate, and now they're progressing up the river.
I mean, who needs vision in the river when you can just have a Zoe nearly one-shot everyone on their opposing team, and then that gives you the space to go for Dragon?
Vision through battle stars. I love it.
It's a battle ward. It counts.
Battle ward. Yeah, you toss some words against them. Regardless.
No, it's every member of TSM in 2015 battle wards.
Well, it's every member of TSM now, I guess.
I mean, I'll give them some credit. They're a bit better now. Beardson's pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, it's because he's the only European guy there. But that being said, Illuminate now making proactive moves against the Baron Nashor. They finally find the openings to do so. And they're going to aggro the big boy. But no vision from LD means that they have to commit north. Insert the vision, but the vision deployer is out for the count. The Cataclysm is in the back. Xayah was still airborne, and everything goes south as Lucky Duck are caught off guard in their own jungle. Free Baron for Illuminate.
And we talked about the pick potential on the side of Lucky Duck earlier. This is the pick potential for Illuminate when you start to get a lead. Hook, bubble, hook line, and sinker can take down Lucky Duck, and that's going to be the Baron going down. Likely the game going down pretty soon after.
And I guess you could say these duckies need some floaters. Yeah, go on.
Oh, God.
Sorry.
It's just a really nice hook into bubble combo. The Cataclysm catching the other members as well, so instantly getting so many members out of position, hitting them on multiple flanks at once, never allowing all the members to stack up on top of each other and picking them off one by one. Really effective, and I've loved what Lekang has shown this game.
Yeah, I mean, we need to assert the fact that Lucky Duck do have some team fighting potential, but they're not finding the team fights. They're not finding their positionings. Yeah. Plus, they're way too far behind to really try and commit to a team fight. I mean,
with the way these sleepy trouble bubbles have been landing, they've never had the ability to contest anywhere they don't have vision. And if you can't contest anywhere, you can't face check anywhere, you suddenly have no way back onto the map. You have no way to take a fight on your terms. You're always buying into fights that the enemy already has vision on, already wants. And that's just where you've seen Lucky Duck slip further and further away, as they can never really find a flank for the Vladimir or a flank for the Kennen where the two of them can get this huge AoE down. It's always been defensively.
If you get the Hemo play down with the Slicing Maelstrom, it would be devastating for Illuminate, but the Sleepy Trouble Bubbles are so on point. I mean, there's the attempt. There is the Slicing Maelstrom alongside the Hemo play. They try to get Fiji down, but Fiji just lives on the sliver of his teeth. Look at that Cataclysm right on top of Copley.
Oh, baby!
The death sentence in the back pulls Bossab on the backline of Illuminate, but they don't care for Rek'Sai. They've already got 4 kills, and they want to close the game.
And this one looks like a blowout, as we're at 14k in the lead, 26 minutes. Gonna teleport the minion wave for style on top of these towers.
The first tower is down on the Nexus. Lucky Duck not so lucky in this matchup, playing spoilers against Illuminate in cluster, but they secure the win, and they secure the tie with Yellow Duck on Group A.